Hello everyone, TwistNCoils here. So today I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks when dealing with really thick hair. She has a lot of hair, so there are a couple things that you have to do when dealing with really thick hair. So watch me go from this to this. So one important thing when dealing with really thick hair is working in small sections. So here I'm just taking in lightly detangling. I'm not really trying to comb through it. I'm just trying to make sure I can separate the hair a little bit before I actually go in with warm water and conditioner. So I dilute my conditioners with really warm water, and that's how I detangle thick hair, or pretty much any hair actually. It makes the process a lot easier, and then I go through and I'm using my fingers initially and just kind of breaking through that hair and trying to make sure it's separated fully before I go in with the detangling brush. You want to make sure you use your fingers first just to make sure you've gotten everything loose, and then it's easier to go through it with that brush after you've done that. So that's what we're going to do for each section, and then I'm going to twist each section up and we're going to shampoo from there. So I shampoo with the twist in. It's a lot easier, especially dealing with really thick hair, and I don't find a problem with the hair getting clean and the scalp getting clean. Everything comes out fine. So that's another tip. You can always shampoo the hair and twist. That way you don't have to detangle again once it's all over. So repeating that same process, lightly detangling, and then adding warm water and conditioner, and then finger detangling, and then taking a brush and just brushing through that hair again to make sure you've gotten all the tangles. And then we're going to twist it up, and I'm going to repeat that whole process on her head. Okay, another tip that I have for you guys is patience. So if you're not feeling like detangling, or you're not in the mood, it's best to wait so you don't end up ripping out a lot of hair and causing breakage. So and also, especially dealing with kids, sometimes if you want to take a break, you can. If they have a lot of hair, we went all the way through. She's older now, so she doesn't require breaks. But if you have to, you can detangle half at a time and do the other half later. So we're going to repeat this process until we reach the end. I want you guys to tell me, how long does it take you to detangle your hair or your child's hair in the comment section. Okay, 30 minutes later, we're all detangled and she's ready to be shampooed. So again, let me know how long it takes you to detangle your hair or your child's hair in the comment section. Okay, so it's time to shampoo, and I'm gonna actually leave the twist in as I'm shampooing. I realized I was out of frame in this clip, so I'm sorry I wasn't able to show the whole process, but I shampooed her hair with the twist in and mainly focusing on her scalp and just really taking the remainder on down the twist. Those twists stayed in the whole process, from shampooing to conditioning. It stayed in the whole time. I did not take them out. The hair was already thoroughly detangled, so there was no need to take them out when adding the conditioner and having a conditioning treatment. I left them in while she did her deep conditioner, and we rinsed them out. The shampoo, we used the Design Essential Almond and Avocado, and I'm going to leave all the products we use in the description box as well. Okay, so from here we're going to go ahead and just squeeze out any excess water with the microfiber towel, and then we're going to take and add a leave-in conditioner as well as a heat protectant, because we're going to blow dry. You don't necessarily have to always blow dry the hair, but I do believe keeping the hair in a stretched state eliminates tangles, and it prevents you from having to detangle again when you're going into your style. So the next tip is just to keep the hair in a stretched state. So once you shampoo the hair, if you don't want to go into blow drying the hair, you can also just take and do the banding method. You could do the African threading method, or you could just simply braid it down or tight plaits and wait till the next day when the hair is dry and then go into your style. When you're dealing with really thick hair, it's easier to work with when it's stretch. So I prefer to blow dry, especially when I'm going into a braid hairstyle. It's a lot easier than waiting the next day to blow dry. But of course, when my daughter was younger, I did do that because it was easier to just band it up, and then the next day we would go into the style. So just keeping the hair stretched would make it easier, and you would eliminate tangles, breakage, and having to repeat the whole detangling process again when you go into your style. Okay, so this has to be the longest part when you're washing, is blow drying, in my opinion. When you're blow drying really thick, long hair, it takes some time. So, of course, it's before I had the new blow dryer, but I'm really curious about how long it would have took if I had used that dryer. If you guys would like to see that, please let me know in the comment section, and we'll do a little bit of comparison. It took me about 45 minutes to an hour to blow dry her hair with the blow dryer that I had at that time. So if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section. Also guys, if you have not checked out that video, please go check it out. It's video 69, and it's where I go into detail about our thoughts on that new dryer. So check it out. Alrighty, last section left, and we're done with blow drying, and then we're gonna go into the style. She has a lot of hair. That's beautiful, beautiful hair. Okay, so finally, the part that you guys probably have been waiting on is us actually achieving the style. So I'm going to start off by parting her hair from ear to ear, and I'm not going to do too much talking going forward, because you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'll pop in here and there. Another tip that I have for you guys is to keep them entertained. I try all type of things, but of course the tablet is the number one thing that they enjoy, as well as us having little snacks and things like that to get through the style. So keep on watching. Okay, so we completed that section and we're just doing braid slanted, and then we're doing twist at the end instead of plaiting it all the way down. That's another tip I have for you guys. If you want to save a little bit of time, actually do the braids and then add twist to the ends instead of plaiting all the way to the ends. Once I reach the end of that braid, I'm going to actually add some type of butter or cream. You want to add some type of moisture to the hair when you're getting ready to twist. That's another tip that I have for you guys, is to keep the hair hydrated and moisturized. So here I'm adding the Camilla Rose almond butter to her ends, and that way when she takes it down, if she decides to unravel it, she'll have a beautiful twist out. Okay, so we got about 3 braids left. I'm not going to show it, but I'm just going to magically install them really quick. So we're done with doing the front of her head, and we're going to move on to the back. You guys can do whatever you would like in the back. We decided to do triangle parts in the back, and I don't go into details. I'll pop a link in the description box, or as well as up here, for you guys to see how we do the triangle parts in the back. And we're just going to do twists. I'm not going to braid at the root. I'm just going to do simple twists, so that way it's easier for her to take down. So that's another tip I have for you guys. It's just doing as less as possible, but enough to have some longevity in the style as well as a nice style. So we're just going to add triangle parts because it gives the hair fullness without having to do a bunch of them. So depending upon how you part, it can make it look like it's a lot, but it's not a lot. So that's another tip I have for you guys. Okay, you also want to make sure that you add a little bit of extra moisture to the ends. That's really important because, of course, that's the oldest part of your hair is the ends. So you want to add a little bit of extra butter when you get to the ends. And then it gives a nice coil at the end, depending upon the product that you use. But we really like this product because it really gives the twist a nice sheen, hold, and coil at the end. Okay, we're going to repeat that process, and like I said, I'll leave a link in the description box on how to do triangle parts. Okay, so here are the end results, and you can see it has a really nice sheen to it, and you can see that our ends are already coiling from the product. And the styling options are endless at this point. So as you can see, it looks really full. It looks like it's a lot of twists, but it's not. So that's one thing. If you're doing triangle parts, it already creates the brick layering effect for you, so that way it looks like you have a lot of twists but you don't, or braids, or whatever one you choose. That's why we like to do triangle parts a lot, because it gives you the fullness and without spending a lot of time. So here's a quick little style that we did with the twist. You can do whatever you want here, and we also added beads. You can add accessories and go from there. So this is just a little bonus clip for you guys. I'm actually showing you doing her mom's hair. You guys can keep watching if you're interested. Okay, so here's the finished look. We did kind of a similar style as her daughter, and I think this is a cute mother and daughter style, so maybe Mother's Day or any other time like that. But definitely think it's a cute look if you wanted to achieve a similar style on your daughter. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you learned a little bit, and if you guys have any question, please let me know. And as always, thanks to my new subscribers and current subscribers for hanging there with me. You guys have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next video.